Finally, Mr. Haruna.
Mama Aisha, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I have been waiting for you. I want to plant chili on my farm. The last time I planted chili, pests and diseases destroyed the whole crop. The harvest was very small and the plants were not healthy at all. What can you tell me to help me grow healthy red chili pepper with a great harvest?
That's no problem, Mama Aisha. Chili is one of the most valuable spice crops in the world. There are 5 main species under cultivation, but 2 main species are grown in Nigeria. They are Capsicum annum and Capsicum chinense. To grow healthy, bountiful chili pepper, you need a warm and humid climate and dry weather during the maturation of fruits. These conditions are readily available in Nigeria and other tropical and subtropical regions, though the plant is very adaptable and can withstand heat and moderate cold to some extent. The crop can be grown in a wide range of altitudes, from sea level up to nearly 2,100 meters. With irrigation, it can be grown all year round. Black soils, which retain moisture for long periods, are suitable for rain-fed crops. To plant chili pepper, you need 1.2 kilograms of seed for every hectare you transplant. Like many vegetables, chili is grown on seed beds before transplanting to the field. Seed beds are raised during the wet season and sunken during the dry season so it retains water properly. The land used should be well broken and cleared. Organic manure should be incorporated into the soil before bed preparation. Sow the seeds into holes 0.7 to 1 centimeter deep and 10 to 15 centimeters apart and cover lightly with soil. Plant thinly to avoid overcrowding. Before planting, dress your seeds with 5 grams mixture of 20% thiametroxam, 20% metalaxyl M, and 20% difenoconazole. The seedlings will be ready for transplanting at 3 to 4 leaves or 3 to 4 weeks after sowing. Make sure the seedlings don't overgrow in the nursery. The ideal size for nursery beds is 2 meters width and 15 centimeters height. Seedlings grown in this bed are enough to transplant in a 1 hectare main field. If there is more than 1 seed bed, it's better to make 30 centimeter wide canals for drainage purposes. Chili crop requires a well-prepared field. This is attained by plowing and removing stones and gravel before making a basin or ridges. Treat the soil with Azotobacter or Azospirillum at 11.25 kilograms per hectare and farmyard manure at 5 to 10 tons per hectare. You will transplant your seedlings in the evening on ridges with 60 to 75 centimeters row spacing and 40 to 50 centimeters between plants. Make sure the beds are wet 1 hour before lifting the seedlings and make sure you irrigate the permanent sites or wait after rainfall for wet season farming before you transplant. Irrigate twice a week on sandy soils or once a week on loamy soils. Chili requires adequate supply of nutrients for proper growth and for a bountiful harvest. You will need 6 bags of NPK 15-15-15 per hectare applied as basal and 6 bags of Indorama granular urea fertilizer per hectare as top dressing.
Mr. Haruna, all these things you've told me will go a long way, but how do I get rid of the horrible pests and weeds?
To get rid of weeds, spray 1.5 liter fluchlorelin 45 EC per hectare and plow the soil to mix properly, or spray 1.3 to 1.6 liters pendimethalin 30 EC by diluting in 200 liters of water before 1 or 2 days of planting. After 25 to 30 days of transplanting, handhole weeding may be recommended to be carried out at intervals of 3 to 4 weeks, depending on the necessity. For the pests, to control aphids, plant early and spray with insecticides like Profenfos 500 EC at 50 milliliters per 100 liters or cypermethrin 25 EC at 350 milliliters per hectare. To control thrips, remove crop debris and spray with Profenfos or cypermethrin. To control whitefly, spray with broad-spectrum insecticide. To control cutworm, keep field weed-free and also spray with synthetic or contact insecticides. For the diseases, to control damping off, make sure the seed beds are up to 15 centimeters high and use light sand with proper drainage. Use optimum seed rates of 1.2 kilograms per hectare and treat your seeds with Captan at 2 to 3 grams per kilogram. To control bacterial wilt, practice crop rotation and avoid waterlogging. To control leaf spot, destroy crop debris after harvest and use certified disease-free seeds and practice crop rotation. To control root knot, plant resistant varieties and practice crop rotation. For the best harvest, pick ripened fruits 3 to 4 times for rain-fed crops and 6 to 8 times for irrigated crops. Dry the red pepper on tarpaulin or on cement platforms. Yields of up to 3 to 6 tons can be attained. If you want a bountiful harvest with big healthy crops, use Indorama granular urea fertilizer.